Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, new soul people out there, new subscribers to my YouTube channel, new followers, potential clients, for joining me as I'm sharing this. I don't know how to say it. Of course, I'm always channeling messages and sharing these downloads and thoughts and experiences honestly and authentically. But yeah, anyway, thank you for joining me on this journey, because it's a spiritual journey that I have also been going through in my own life, and that is why I began to create what I do. So today I had this thought coming to me that I wanted to talk about. So the fact when people say that you are a god, because this has been going around. I've also mentioned it sometimes, but what I mean by that is, of course, it's better to think of yourself as the god of your own life, because ultimately you have to be that person, especially when you've been put down and bullied all your life. Like, as chosen ones, earth angels, starseeds, we are so kind and loving and sensitive. So people attack us very often, and to recover from all of this trauma and to be able to survive and still live your life, you have to take charge. And so this fact that I just wanted to remind you of, that it's better when you have to step out of the victim mentality, because if you are in the victim mentality, you are thinking very, very low, on a low level about yourself, and it is not serving you, because you have to start healing your inner world, your thoughts, your energies. You need to be aligned with who you are and with God. But anyway, this because it was so empowering to me when I really started to step out of my depression and out of all the abusive experiences that I had gone through. And because I'm so sensitive and so caring, I had to support myself even more. And so, as I also watched the Finnish business coach Laura's, she has the same name as I do. I have sometimes been mentioning her, so I watch her stories here on Instagram. Always when she's posting something, I'm always eager to see what she's talking about. She is so inspirational, so wise and amazing. So today she was also talking about this topic that resonated with me, that we need to be able to dare to do things in our lives. Because, if, for example, if you don't try something that you want to try, then, it's a lost opportunity. So also the feeling that you really start to feel empowered when you really start to step up and take charge of your own life and heal from your trauma, your depression, whatever it is that, has been caused to you by those toxic people, those narcissistic parents, for example, your narcissistic family members, and you feel like you are the scapegoat, you are the black sheep, it is true, and you have to acknowledge that. For me, it was so healing that I acknowledged all of these things to myself, even in my mind. I don't need to be telling them to people. It is enough that I am aware of what happened, and I'm being honest and supportive to myself. And so, like, if I say that you are the god, the goddess of your own life, the king, the queen of your own life, that is the goal. And God has created us to be his image. So He is dwelling in us, and we must have faith in God, in ourselves. We have to call in the Holy Spirit and let the Holy Spirit fulfill us, and we have to surrender to it, and let the Holy Spirit, let God help us. Of course, we are not, ultimately, we're not, superhuman. We don't need to be. We're not the creator of this universe, these planets. Of course, we're not. But, that's not what I mean. What I mean by that only is that, you can be yourself and live your life. Because that is what we are here to do. We have to live our lives. We have been born for a reason. And that reason cannot be living from that survival mode, victim mentality, wasting your precious life force, your health, your vitality, wasting the years of your life, the time that we have, in suffering, in feeling like you are a loser, a victim, a doormat, the scapegoat, the black sheep. So it's a lot healthier mindset if you can understand and believe about yourself that you do deserve a better life, a healthier life, that you can take charge, that you can decide to actually step up in your own life. And once again, stepping up is that you're not playing small anymore. You're not quiet when you used to be quiet. You're not that doormat anymore. You set boundaries. You speak up when you have to. You are expressing yourself. Whether it is online or offline, you are starting to support yourself so much that you actually start to feel like you're the god or the goddess of your life. And that is a healthy thing. It's not anything wrong. It's not egotistical. It's coming from that healthy self-love, self-empowerment that you're supposed to be having, a positive mindset, positive energy, uplifting yourself, being your own biggest supporter. And the pain, the truth that people so easily assume false things and judge easily, and especially in the church, people can be lacking so much empathy when I think that they should have empathy. And it's been hurting me personally as well to even notice and sense and feel that. I so easily pay attention to a person's empathetic skills, emotional intelligence skills, emotional maturity now, because I've been through so much and I've done so much work with myself, with my inner world, and with everything that I've studied and learned. So these are what I really pay attention to now. And because we have to be aware, we have to draw the line, we have to be creating our own lives. And that is, being the god or the goddess of your own life. That you take charge, you take action, you support yourself, you build your confidence, you make decisions that serve you, and you are attracting healthier relationships. Yes, of course, we cannot trust people always, but it doesn't mean that there are not our soul people out in the world, because there are. That is why I'm here to talk to my soul people. And there are a lot of good people in the world, and we just have to have faith in things working out. Because again, there is no use to be wasting your precious health and your life, your emotions, your thoughts into something that's not serving you. Like from my personal experience, for example, I have given so many chances to people, so many opportunities to people to have access to me and to my energy, to have attention and empathy and love and care from me. I put so much effort. I remember this one guy told me once that you give so much out of yourself, and I had not realized that even. I was just, functioning from this old programming, of course, because I had been, growing up that way, always taking care of the people that I cared about. But also it was like a wake-up call at that time, for example, when that person said that thing to me, that I started to think about it, reflect on it, and I was like, wait a minute, like, okay, how much do I give and to whom? And this is, of course, again, a boundary lesson, that we can have many boundary lessons, that we might have to have many wake-up calls, that we have to work on ourselves and be like, wait a minute, what am I doing wrong here? Is this working or not? Where's my boundary? Have my boundaries been violated? We have to reflect on these things. We're not robots. We are people with feelings and emotions, and especially when we have had trauma. And so, because everything has to begin with you choosing yourself, that you cultivate positive energy in the morning when you wake up. You want to cultivate a positive life, a positive day, because there's no point in dwelling in negative, anxious feelings and emotions. There is a time and a place for everything. Of course, if you've been hurt, you have to deal with it, of course. And I'm here to help if you're interested in one of my sessions, for example. You can apply to book, one session, for example, as a test. And, then we can see if you want more sessions with me. But anyway, I can help you if you're open, if you're interested with this. But also I was having this other thought, this download that I was just realizing. I've been thinking about this topic so much because, usually as chosen ones, we get so bullied and attacked. And again, it can be because we are so kind and sensitive, and these people think that we are just doormats and we don't do anything about it. That can be one factor. Then, of course, they have the issues that they are projecting and reflecting on us, pouring on us, thinking that we can handle their problems for them. So that is also one factor. Then, of course, there's the spiritual aspect of things, that these people have those demonic entities within them, that we have to understand, what kinds of energies we're dealing with. Because I have been very open and trusting with people, and then I got hurt and burned every time, too many times. So it is not okay to be spending your life like that. You're only sacrificing yourself and hurting yourself and making your trauma worse. Especially with the feeling that those people are attacking you out of nowhere. At first they seem kind, and then they attack you and betray you and deceive you in the most horrific ways. They pull the rug from under you when you thought that you could trust them. So this is very traumatizing, and especially when you've already gone through enough of that same. And so this is why it's important to discern and observe people and their energies before we engage with them. To have a pause moment. For example, if someone is trying to send you a message online, have a pause moment. Do I want to reply to this person? What is this all about? Listen to your intuition. What might this person want from me by reaching out to me like this? Especially when it is someone that you don't know. You don't know anything about them. But you have, especially when you are a woman, empath, highly sensitive woman, you have a strong intuition. So use it for your own good, for your own safety and benefit. Because again, you can get hurt so easily because there can be so many of these energy vampires. They're like vultures flying around you, just wanting to take your energy and attention and love and care from you. So this is why we have to pay attention to this. I really wish someone would have taught me this when I was growing up, because it's been a lot of many painful lessons that I've had to go through by myself without nobody telling me anything. I've had to dig within myself and find information and do so much work to be here, to be sane, to be alive, to be here talking. So but it's all about, not repeating those same mistakes and those same lessons, because, likely, again, if someone seems, someone's energy seems off, and like, for example, if someone once has disrespected you, likely they won't change. And certainly if you cannot set a boundary with them, they certainly will not. Because you might have to remind them, you might have to tell them that this is not okay, this is my healthy boundary, I feel uncomfortable around you, you cannot speak to me like that. Because, people do not necessarily know or understand. And you have to parent yourself. Reach to your higher self, to your heart, to your soul. What is it that you want? What is it that you really crave for? And hold on to that. And what is your calling? What is the nudge that you're feeling that you need to do? We have to listen to this. We have to pay attention to these things. Especially when there's no one around, if there is no one around to help and support. So be your own parent. Guide yourself. Learn to support yourself honestly and authentically. And of course, if you need more help and support, I do encourage you to buy my self-help book and, like I said, apply to work with me one-on-one so that I can help you one-on-one. I know that I simply cannot help every one of you through these videos and posts and through my book. I'm sure that they simply are not covering everything, because you can be going through so much. And you have gone through so much in your life. So I would be happy to talk with every one of you, one-on-one. And, if you're interested in my readings, for example, as well. So that is what I'm here for.